I wanted to ask you, Dennis, before we let you go, do you have any new books coming out that you'd like to talk about? Anything new that you've written, whether it be about Frank or anything else that you'd like to talk about?
A couple, as a matter of fact.
Great.
Both related to Frank, actually. The last joint project Frank and I did, we completed recently, and I never thought I'd be involved with this, but it's a cookbook. Frank loved to cook. So he wrote a cookbook, and the title of it is Frank Collada's Greatest, parenthesis, Kitchen Hits.
I love it. That's great.
Dennis, did he ever cook for you?
He never cooked for me. He treated me to a few dinners, but he never cooked for me.
That is incredible.
It's quite a book. It's at the publishers now, and Frank insisted. I talked to Frank several times. His health deteriorated,
Right.
and he said no matter what, he wanted to make sure that book got out. So
Wow.
it's at the publishers. Hope to see it out in a couple of months. Frank Collada's Greatest Kitchen Hits, and another manuscript I just finished. I finished it a couple of months ago. Is called The Informant. And with all the books I wrote with Frank and all the research I did, I thought I knew everything about that era in Las Vegas that there was to know.
Right.
So I was very surprised. Frank was running tours. He was doing tours, taking people on tours of, where a lot of the action that was depicted in Casino actually took place. And he called me one morning, and he said, guess who was on my tour last night? And I said, who? So he gave me a guy's name, and I says, well, you got me. I said, I don't know who he is. Who is this guy? He said, well, he's the informant that helped bring us down.
Wow.
I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, this guy was an informant. He said he started out as a tipster for us. He was providing information to us about scores we could make, and a lot of drug dealers where we could knock off the drug dealers. And he said he ended up working for started out with Las Vegas Metro as an informant. They turned him on to the federal prosecutors.
Wow.
So he said his information led to a bust where they busted me, he said, which would have made me a third-time, persistent felon. He said, so
Sure.
I've been looking at life in prison.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that is unbelievable. I
said, well, Frank, I said, I wish I'd have been a fly on the wall, to be on this tour with you and this guy.
Right.
I mean, you haven't seen him in 38 years or whatever. I said, and all of a sudden he shows up and you take him around. And he said, yeah. And he said, but the thing is, he wants to write a book and tell the story. He said it's never been told before. So he said,
wow.
would
That's
you be
incredible.
interested in writing it with him? So that's the manuscript I just finished.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait until that comes out and I read it, and we'd gladly have you back on again. Dennis, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing these incredible stories. They really are unbelievable, and I know our older listening audience will appreciate them, I would hope, as much as I do and you do. It's really incredible. Dennis, I'd love to have you on again down the road. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing these stories about Frank Collada. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.